everybody.
Hi.
My name is Allison Greenhouse, and this is my wonderful friend.
Yes, Jana Hahn.
Jana
Hi.
Hahn. We work together at Norris Elementary School.
We do.
And if you tuned into the last episode, you already know Miss Hahn is the Norris Elementary School Teacher of the Year.
Hold your applause.
And Miss Hahn teaches math, 4th grade math.
Yes.
And in our last episode, we started talking about radial symmetry. And so we're going to kind of pick up, and this is the next level
Oh gosh.
of radial
okay.
symmetry.
I'm ready.
So I was kind of inspired by a snowflake for this one. And yours doesn't have to be snowflakey, but I picked more of like a cool color palette.
Okay.
So when we go through this, you can kind of just decide how you want to create yours. But I was thinking, you know, kind of like cool winter. Goes with my granny sweatshirt. This was my Grandma Alice's sweatshirt, and I picked it today because it has somewhat radial symmetry
Yes,
on
it
it.
does.
Like
I
a
mean,
snowflake.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. So for this project, when I teach this one to my students, and this is one I do with the 4th graders,
Oh, okay.
we watch a really cool video about sand mandalas, and we talk about the art of sand mandalas. And before we start making a radial symmetry one, we just practice graphite transfers on a plain piece of paper. And so step one, I'm going to give you my favorite art teacher pencil.
Okay.
You know why I like these big art teacher pencils? This is a Ticonderoga, but it's a big one.
Yes, it is.
You don't have to sharpen them very much.
Not usually.
No, you don't have to sharpen them hardly at all. Like I sharpen them once a day and then they last all day. That's why I use these.
Okay.
Although the point isn't as fine. Some of the older kids really want like a mechanical pencil.
Yeah.
But for this graphite transfer project, you really need a real pencil with not a super fine tip, and you'll see in a minute.
Okay.
So step one, this one we're just going to do a quick practice on. You're just going to fold this in half.
Okay. Do that.
And this is going to be real basic reflectional symmetry, just like one-way symmetry like this.
Okay.
So you're going to open this back up, and then let's say I want to draw like a monster face.
No.
So I could draw like a mean eye.
Okay. Am I doing this too?
Yeah, you can draw a mean eye. Or you could draw like a mean eyebrow. Or you could just draw whatever you want. Just draw a silly eye. Are you feeling stressed?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that looks great. I don't know. Oh, see, that's wonderful. Look at that. So we're just going to make this into a transfer. So that's the first step, right? We're just going to draw part of the face.
Bushy eyebrows. Needs to go get a brow wax.
Time for a brow wax monster. Then you're going to fold this in half and look at the back.
Ooh, I see.
And you're just going to press on the back with your pencil.
Ooh, okay.
And this is a super simple way to transfer any pencil work. You can also do this with crayons, where you draw your monster with a crayon, but I forgot to bring my box of crayons with me today.
Yeah.
And when you open it up, magic.
Sorry, must.
You just take your time, girl.
Stick my tongue out to make it work. Okay. All right.
Okay, now open it up and see what happens. Yes! Is that not exciting?
Magical.
So if you wanted to, you could do it with a crayon on here, fold it, and then with a pencil press down.
Push it and it'll do the same thing.
Yep.
So then you just kind of darken it up.
Darken it up. Or if you're going to Sharpie outline it, then you just go over the whole thing with Sharpies. So we start out learning how to do super basic graphite transfer. So then if I wanted to do like a scary nose,
Yeah.
I would just do half.
Yeah.
All right.
And transfer it on over.
And then maybe he has like a scary mustache. And then a mean frown and sharp teeth. And then you fold it in half and you press it down like that. And you just kind of have to make sure you're pressing right on top of what you drew before. Because if you don't press right on top of your original line,
It will not
transfer because what's transferring is actually the material from the pencil, which is oddly sometimes challenging for the students. They have a hard time figuring that out.
Like seeing it.
Right, because they'll draw on the back and they don't draw right on top of the line, and they're like, "Why didn't it transfer?" That's why we practice this first, because this is like a real low risk thing to kind of play around with to make it get the idea, like solidify the process in their head.
Gotcha.
This is Miss GHouse's monster.
He's really angry.
I like that. Yeah, that looks so good.
That's funny.
Symmetry.
Symmetry. I never knew Symmetry was so much fun.
Okay, there's another one that I want to try sometime.
Yeah.
You have to have like a mirror.
Okay.
I have a lot of self-portrait mirrors, but they're at an angle because they like are on like a stand like this.
Yeah.
You got to have just like a locker mirror. You know what I'm talking about?
It's got to be
Flat.
Yeah.
But you set it up there, and then you do half of the design with like the pattern blocks, and it makes the other half of the mirror.
Yeah.
Which I think would be really fun.
Yes.
And then I've seen another one where you have two mirrors at a 90-degree angle.
Yeah.
And then you put your pattern blocks in that opening on the table, and it makes like the whole radial design in the mirror. Isn't that cool?
Is cool?
I think the kids would think that was really cool.
They would love that too, yeah.
I got to collect some Anybody got any locker mirrors? Just like plain?
Fresh out. Dollar store has them, I think.
I bet they do.
Can I make a line right there for his teeth?
Sure you can.
Okay. I didn't know if I could write on the fold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he looks great. He looks very angry.
Looks like my Uncle Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Just kidding. I don't have an Uncle Bob, but if I did, I think
that would be
like that.
Uncle Bob. Yeah. What about Bob? Have you ever seen that movie? What about Bob?
I think I have. Just don't remember what it's about. Who's in it?
Is it Bill Murray? It's Bill Murray. What about Bob?
It's been a while.
Is that the one? That's the one when he ties him to the front of the sailboat. He's wearing the orange life vest, and he goes, "I'm sailing." You're gonna have to watch it tonight. What about Bob?
I don't remember that one.
It's been a while. Have you watched any good movies lately?
I'm embarrassed, but yes. I watched a movie over Christmas break, and I think it was called Red One.
Oh, I haven't watched it yet, but I heard it's good.
With
It's like an action movie, Christmas action.
Yeah, with what's his name? The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good.
It was cute. Yeah.
Okay, one Christmas movie that I had never seen before that Grace and I watched over break, which was hilarious, was Christmas with the Cranks with the Tool Man Tim Taylor. Have you seen it?
I have to have seen it.
I
can't
recall.
recall.
So funny.
I can't recall.
Was so funny. Christmas with the Cranks. They're trying to cancel Christmas. They're going to go on a cruise, and it's Jamie Lee Curtis is his wife.
Yeah.
It's from the 90s.
I'm sure it's great.
It was really funny. But like we're
remember
big
it.
elf people.
Oh yeah.
We are Christmas Vacation.
Yep.
You know, the classics, but Christmas with the Cranks, surprisingly funny. I thought it was really good. Okay, you want to move on to something more complicated?
Yeah, bring it on.
Set Bob to the side. Okay, now we're going to take another piece of paper. This is just copy paper, and the best way to do this is to cut it into a square before you start working with your students with it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I use my paper cutter and just cut it all down to a square.
Okay.
So I'm going to fold it in half this way. I'm going to open it up and fold it in half this way.
Why do you open it and fold it in half this way instead of double folding it? Does it just make it fold better?
You get a stronger crease.
Okay.
If you fold it again like this, it's less likely to be right in the middle.
Okay.
Because you just have a little bit of...
Just a question.
Yeah, it's a good question, but that's how I teach my kids to do it.
That makes sense.
I also teach them to make sure they're not trying to fold it, holding it up in the air, because a lot of them try to line it up and fold it like this.
Yes, it's better.
I also teach them to take it...
Do you teach them to like match their corners and then crease?
You have to teach it.
I mean, because we
they
have a hard time folding.
Yeah, yes ma'am.
Still.
They sure do.
Up in the 4th grade.
Yeah. I tried 1 year very early in my career as an art teacher to do origami with 5th grade. Never again.
I can imagine what that was like. Yeah, that would be like,
It's just not a skill that they possess yet.
No.
But I sew with 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, and I have gotten better at teaching it, and so it has become easier to teach them how to hand sew and like thread the needle.
Yeah, the more times you do it, I'm sure you think of better ways to.
Probably if I taught origami every year, I would get better at it.
Yeah.
Teaching it, and it wouldn't be as hard.
I don't know, is that like a fine motor thing?
It is, yeah. So
just to practice?
one thing I teach them is to line it up, put your hand in the middle,
yeah.
push down to the middle, and then
just go across.
straight across, and that keeps it nice and even.
Okay.
All right, so
we have our.
Now we've got this.
Okay.
Now, you're only going to draw on one square.
Okay.
And you're not going to worry too much about your design. You're just going to draw 3 lines. And your lines need to be like gently curved. They shouldn't be like zigzags or curly cues, right?
Okay.
They need to be
straight-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And I like to tell the students, if they intersect, it's going to be more interesting.
Yes.
And if they either start or finish at a fold or an edge. So you wouldn't want to draw it and just end it in the middle.
Okay.
So you're going to do 1, 2,
just whatever you want.
3. Yeah, because this first one, we're not going to worry about the design. We're just going to practice and see what happens. Because once you start playing with these, and I let the kids kind of make 2 or 3 of these, they will start understanding better how to make the design. But we don't want to worry too much about it yet. Yeah, that's wonderful. And then maybe your last one intersect between both of those somehow. Or through one of them or something. That's great.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Okay, then all you're going to do is close it.
Sorry.
No, that you're good.
I'm just.
And this is why the mechanical pencil doesn't work really well.
Yeah.
Because this is not enough graphite.
Yeah.
You have enough space. Draw me one more line like right there, just for funsies.
Oh yeah, will do.
Okay, then you're going to close this. You're going to, oh wait, this is an important teaching part too.
Okay, tell me.
Before they do anything else, they're going to flip this over and put their initials in the center back. Because pretty soon it's going to be hard to tell which is the front and which is the back. So now we're going to fold it, and you're going to look at the back. Yep, and you're going to trace.
Okay.
Pressing hard.
Yeah.
This is the fun part.
I need my glasses, but I'm going to push through.
Sometimes I've done this on heavier weight paper because I want them to be able to paint it. That can be super challenging.
Yeah.
Just because it's harder to see through it. But we can like stand at the window and hold it up to the window, or I only have one like little white box in my art room. There you go. Wonderful. And then you draw over those.
Okay. It's like a Taco Bell thing.
It looks like a Taco Bell.
I'm getting hungry.
Do you like Taco Bell?
I love Taco Bell.
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
Mexi melt, no tomato.
Mexi melt, I love. It's been a long time since I've had Taco Bell. Now I'm hungry for Taco Bell.
Okay, listen, they have put the 90s menu back on the menu.
Yeah, what's on there?
All the things that were
All
in the 90s.
the things from the 90s?
Because Mexi Melt, if you didn't know, had been taken off the menu for some crazy reason. It's
I
the
didn't
best
know
thing
that.
ever.
It is. They're delicious.
And they're back. They brought them back. So get them while they're hot.
Yeah, but is the Mexi Melt like $1 still, or is it like $9.99?
I don't know. It's probably like $20 now.
Right. Because Mexi Melt used to be on the dollar menu, I think, when I was a kid.
All of it was on the dollar menu.
You cannot go to the Taco Bell now and not spend $20.
No. It's very terrible.
Okay, that's looking good. Now you're going to fold that in half.
Okay.
And trace again.
OMG. This is so fun.
I know.
I never knew I was like so artsy.
Right? You just need a good art teacher.
I think that's what it is.
If people tell me I never liked art, I say, you didn't have the right art teacher.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I didn't like math until I was a senior, and my math teacher was like hippy dippy. She would spray us every day with lavender when we came in, and she like
Can
she
you do
would
that?
Well, you know, you could back then, I guess. It was
Yeah.
like 30 years ago. But she was just amazing, and she explained things to me, and I could understand what she was explaining. Now, this was college algebra, which is the class you take as a senior in high school if you're not good at math.
Okay.
They're like, oh, you can't take calculus,
Sorry, you didn't make the cut.
so you're going to go in there and learn how to balance your checkbook.
Real world math.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I loved that class because she, and
Okay, wait a minute. Is this supposed to be on the back?
this is the back.
I know. Am I supposed to be doing this on the back?
Yeah, now
Oh.
do this one again. Did you finish that one?
Oh, no, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you're going to do that
Okay,
one.
I
Yeah.
got you.
It's a little confusing because you have to trace over the second one
Gotcha.
again.
I understand.
Now, that woman's name is totally escaping me now. Oh, why can't I remember her name? But I'm telling you, just the right teacher.
Yeah.
Teachers, you know,
Make a difference.
they do.
They really do.
Oh, they really do. Give you self-confidence, and, you know, she really helped me
Well, that's good.
embrace it. And then I got to college and
No more of those
didn't like
teachers.
it. No, I had better teachers in other subjects.
Okay, so now I've got to wait. Do this one.
Yep. Yeah, and if
Yes.
you don't, you could also do it this way and do that one,
Oh, okay.
so you don't have to repeat.
Gotcha.
But do you see how sometimes they have a hard time being like, which is the front,
Which
which is the
one's
back? Because
Yes.
now you've got it drawn on the back.
Can't wait to see what happens here.
Are you loving this?
Yes.
So many cool ideas for symmetry.
Digging it.
Once the kids realize that they can do this transfer method like this, they want to like
Do it
make
all
a
the
ton of
time.
these. Yeah. And this is just regular copy paper. Like this is the
Yeah.
cheapest, easiest thing. Oh, that's looking really nice.
Thanks. Da-na-na-na.
One time I got really into this and I made like a whole Celtic knot one where I had things like winding in and out. It was time consuming,
I bet
but it was
hard.
really cool.
I'm sure
yeah.
it was funny.
You know, that was like 20 years ago. I was a young, new art teacher.
Yeah. Had nothing else to do but
Sit down and make art with my students.
Yeah.
Because they just all sat and behaved themselves.
those were the days.
Those were the days. How many years have you been teaching, Janice?
This is year 19.
You're 20 for me. Look at us.
Hey, we hung in there.
We
made
have.
it. Oh my gosh.
We can do this.
Yeah.
Okay, are you happy with it?
I'm very happy, yes.
Okay, so when I do this with my students, I usually let them I cut a ton of this paper. This is
Yeah.
just copy paper, and you know where I got it?
Norris Elementary School.
Teacher Supply Depot.
Did you bring it back?
I didn't bring it back. It's an inside joke. Check the last episode
you'll
about the
get
Teacher
it.
Supply Depot.
Yep.
Okay, so I got it from the Teacher Supply Depot. I cut it down.
Okay.
I let them play and play and play and play, and then I usually do a bigger one.
Yeah.
And then they can add more. The first time I say you can only do 3 lines just
to
because
practice.
Practice.
Yeah.
And some kids are totally satisfied with that and they're ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Other kids are like, oh, I see an opportunity here for something even cooler. So what if I did this, this, and this? So if you wanted to go deeper, you could. But I think we should just move on.
Let's do it.
And now you can pick, kind of think about your color scheme. Like this one that I made, I wanted to do like those cool colors.
Right.
Right? So I used a blue Sharpie to outline, and then I selected cool colors from the colored pencils to color it.
Tell
So
me about these colored pencils you
Oh.
have.
I'm happy you asked.
Yes.
This is going to be a little shocking to you.
Oh gosh.
I'm an art teacher.
I'm hard to be shocked.
I do not like colored pencils.
Gasp.
I know.
I don't like them either.
Hate them.
I hate them with a passion.
I don't mind using them. No, I don't even like using them in my own work because I prefer paint. But using them with students
Terrible.
is like,
Can I sharpen this?
uh-huh.
Every second.
And they,
Because they get dull.
yes,
the
or they
main
break out or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I agree. I'm with you.
I have this amazing student. You probably know her, Sarah Collins.
Oh yeah.
Outstanding.
She's great.
She is in 5th grade this year at Norris Elementary School. And since she was little, she brings me art supplies as gifts. Like she and her mom must be out shopping.
Nice.
She knows I love a smelly pen. She always
Yeah,
likes to bring
yeah.
me the pen, like the Flair pens that have
Yes.
scents and stuff. Well, one time,
At band camp?
she brought me a 2-pack of these.
Okay.
And these are colored pencils. And I was like, what is this? I've never heard of these before. So I started playing with them. These are called Zebra Sensations.
Okay.
And I ordered a pack from Amazon, and you can play around on here if you want. They are colored pencils, but it's a mechanical colored pencil. And then the lead is super thick. It doesn't break.
Oh my gosh,
And
these
then,
are awesome.
Look, this is refills. This is a refill pack. I ordered these from Amazon too. Obviously, I haven't opened them yet. Oh, here it is.
I love it.
So I'm thinking about, I just ordered one pack
And then you
of
do
like
like
24
that.
colors or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about buying them for the art room.
Yes, I like them a lot.
Yeah. Because they are,
Yeah.
you don't have to sharpen them.
Yes.
I have used the Twistables before. For a while, I was getting the Crayola Twistables,
Yeah.
the Twist Up. Also, no.
Are they very expensive?
I can't, not really. I can't remember, but
Okay.
I don't remember them being super expensive. But the reason I don't like the Twistables is the kids will twist and twist and twist and twist and twist, and then it breaks off, and then it's wasted.
Right.
These, even if they twisted it up and broke off, you could
Put it back in.
put it back in.
Yeah.
Slide it on in there. Is that not outstanding?
That is cool. Yes.
Thank you,
I
Sarah
love these.
Collins.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you
I
for
might
bringing these
get
into
some of
my-
these just for fun.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I've messed it up. Oh! I really done it now.
Did you break it?
No.
Okay.
No, of course I didn't. I got it now. It's fixed.
Okay, good.
Okay, so now we gotta think about a color scheme.
Okay.
You need these out of the
Are we
jar.
using these
Yeah.
again? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna use them.
Okay.
You ready to color?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
let's do it. So I'm gonna Sharpie, and then I'm going to color.
So you're going to Sharpie your pencil.
I'm gonna Sharpie my pencil lines, and I think I'm gonna use purple. You could use black if you want.
I don't know yet.
Whatever color you want.
This makes, I have to really think about this.
You can think about it.
I think I'll do black so I don't have to like think about colors yet.
Yep, there you go.
You know what?
Yes, ma'am.
There's nothing better than a juicy Sharpie.
I just opened these. Just brand new, just for you, hon. Nothing better
Nice,
than a brand new
juicy.
Sharpie. We
Brand new
use
Sharpie and a white piece of paper.
Yep, we use a lot of black Sharpies in the art
Magical.
room. As young as kindergarten, because you
Yeah.
just have to teach them the expectations. Anyone can use a Sharpie.
Yeah.
And even my kindergartners know, this is dried out, throw it in the trash. Get a new one. They're like, it ruins your art to have a dried out line.
Ugh, terrible.
They know. Oh, this one's dried out in my greenhouse. All right,
It's a disaster.
get a freshie.
Fresh.
You're right. There's nothing better than it. Then you can have your students, if they want to, clean.
Clean the pencil marks
If
off.
if it's a lot of
If
students
it's
like
sticking out.
a lot of
Kind of
students
like I did yesterday with the names you helped me do.
Yeah. Oh, did you use an eraser later?
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you all something. Miss Hahn made herself a goal.
I did.
She and her students are setting goals for 2025,
Yep.
and her goal is
To write really pretty and fancy like Miss Greenhouse does.
to learn how to write fancy like Miss Greenhouse does.
But I'm sure it has a name. Like,
Modern calligraphy.
yeah, that.
We could come back here and I could do a class with you.
Oh, yes.
I really, really, really like writing words.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
I love to write words, and it makes me really happy.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Is
and
it
I-
weird?
No, I don't think so.
Does it make me weird?
I like writing
Hey, but
letters.
we're just good.
Alphabets. But I mean, ask my childhood friends. I loved doing different fonts even when I was in like elementary school.
Really?
Yeah. It's been one of my favorite things for a long time. I like sewing. I like painting. But
I never learned
yeah.
how to sew. That's okay.
Okay, now we get to color. And you can kind of think about value a little bit in here. So value is the lightness or darkness of a color. And when
Okay.
you're coloring, if I just colored it in solid, it would be just fine, right?
Yeah.
But if you can take something and add a little value to it, which is one of the elements of art, value is one of the elements of art, it's like ingredients in a recipe, value is one of the ingredients. Line, shape, space, color, form, these are all elements of art that I teach my students.
Okay.
If you can add some value to this, it really...
Kind of like ombre.
Kind of like ombre, yes. It really...
Relate it, and let the kids understand.
Yeah,
Ombre.
Ombre.
They understand
about,
that.
They know about ombre, right?
Just like... At least the girls do.
Before that mobile game Among Us, before that came out, no kid called teal cyan. But because the word cyan is in Among Us, they all... Oh, Miss Greenhouse, do you have a cyan crayon?
That's hilarious.
It's blue. It's like a blue-green.
Okay.
Drives me crazy. And then I'm going to do a second color here and kind of blend those two together.
Oh, gosh, so many colors.
Is it too much? Should I have limited your palette?
No.
Sometimes I have to limit a palette for a student because it's like just overwhelming.
Too many choices.
Yeah. Which I can do that for you if you want to.
No.
Okay.
Do not limit my creativity.
Okay, I'm sorry. I will not limit your creativity, Miss Hahn. Okay.
Made a choice. Wish I would have done something right there.
Have your fourth graders have not gone to the Museum of Appalachia yet, have they?
No, that is in the spring.
Fourth grade in Anderson County schools, all the fourth graders go, right?
Yes.
To the museum. And what?
Oh my gosh.
Tell me what you do there.
It is so awesome.
Is it? I want to go some year. I've never, of course I've been to the Museum of Appalachia, but I've never been for the fourth grade field trip.
I would love to go just by myself because being the teacher and the chaperone, you don't get to
so you can like really
slow
go
down and pay
through the
attention.
Hall of Fame and through the tool bar and everything.
This is stuff from like, the time period where we talk about in social studies, and it's very...
Do you think that's why Anderson County Schools does it with fourth grade? Because it really ties to their
standards, yeah.
Fourth grade standards, yeah.
Just looking at the homes, the way they were built.
Yeah.
Going inside the homes
Yeah.
and seeing like what their bedrooms look like, and the outhouses. Oh, that's great.
Yep. The old schoolhouse.
The old schoolhouse. Oh my gosh, I love
so
that.
So cool. Yeah, so cool.
But then even in like the you walk around outside and you see all these homes and church, whatever.
Yep.
And then, but then there's the actual museum where they have like artifacts, and it's just awesome.
The oldie timey instruments.
Yeah, just old time.
So what other things? Like they set up
things.
some other things for the fourth graders specifically, right? There's artisans and stuff there. Do they have like centers and stuff that are specifically for the fourth, like weavers?
Yes.
Are weavers there?
Are they?
Or
yeah. Okay. Yes.
The spinner.
Yes. There was one
yarn spinner.
house we went into that had a what's the thing called? Spinner thing.
Spinning wheel.
Yes, and they showed the kids kind of like how they made yarn, and then they showed like some of the toys that kids would make for themselves, like the dolls and stuff like that.
Isn't
that was
that
pretty
neat?
Cool. Yeah. And
It's like, really part of our
yeah,
East Tennessee culture, and the kids get to be, it's right there in our backyard.
And I would love to take my dad. Oh my God, he would love that stuff because he loves old timey things.
He
It makes
would.
him think of
You
like
gotta
his
take him.
childhood and stuff.
My folks were in town for Christmas, and we took our parents. My dad grew up on a farm in Missouri, and he's like, see all these antique farm equipment? I used to use that when I was a kid.
What I was using.
Yeah, I used to use that when I was a kid.
But let me tell you something that the kids, they kind of get freaked out about it.
Yeah.
But there is upstairs, you know what I'm going to say?
Is it the eyeball?
No.
Okay, well, I'll tell you about the eyeball in a minute.
Okay. Upstairs, it's in like one of the, like the artifact thing.
Yeah.
There is a whole section dedicated to coffins.
Coffins, yes.
And it totally creeps them
Yeah,
out.
it's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, okay, so downstairs in that same building, there is a glass eye, marble eye.
Oh gosh.
And next to it is a pocket knife. And there's a story about a boy who was tying his shoelace with a pocket knife in his hand, and the shoelace broke, and he poked his eyeball out, and had to have his eye replaced with this glass eye. And we have been taking my son Grayson Greenhouse there since he was little, and that has always been his favorite artifact is the eyeball.
I
Which we're
totally
like,
missed
Grayson,
that.
do not tie your shoelace with an open pocket knife in your hand.
A knife. bad decision.
Next time we go, I'll go with you and I'll be like, look here.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that one.
It's, there's a lot to see in there. You could go probably 4 or 5 times and never see the same thing. See different things every time you go through there, just because there's so much stuff in there. How's your coloring going?
Well,
very nice ombre.
Well, okay, thank you. I am just I'm not applying the right pressure all the way
So
around.
one of the things that you can do is you can go back later and darken certain areas, or you could take, like if you wanted that to be darker, you could take the black right in the middle and add a second layer in there.
Yeah.
So there's definitely opportunities for adding.
Okay.
Now, this is where some of my students make an absolutely amazing design, and then they kind of peter out because the coloring part is challenging.
It is.
So,
Especially when you show them this.
well,
I'm just kidding.
some students have the patience and the patience
Of Job.
to color. Yeah. Some struggle with it, which is why I think giving some choice on how they can finish it, like you can either paint it or you can use colored pencils or you can use markers. I think giving choice with supplies helps students be more successful because they get to pick an art supply that they're real happy with.
Yeah.
Like my choice would not be colored pencils for this because, like I said before, not a big fan.
Yeah.
Although I'm a big fan of these because they don't break.
Yes.
But if given a choice, I would immediately want to paint this.
For real?
Watercolor paint, my favorite.
Okay.
Maybe not on this because this paper is not meant for watercolor paper.
If
But
it's
if I
a little
had
bit thicker or
a
something.
little bit thicker paper,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think giving a little choice to students is helpful. They get a little bit more buy-in with the project,
Yeah.
and they're more, they buy in more to it, and they're not like, oh, I hate colored pencils. I've had some students.
I get into, and you probably run into it the
What?
same. Like, I get into like my project, and then I'll look at someone else's, and I'm like, mine's terrible. You get a lot of kids do that. Mine doesn't look as good
Maybe.
as theirs, or something like that.
Maybe. I try to encourage all the students, and by 5th grade, they're like, Miss Greenhouse, you tell all of us that we're doing a good job. And I'm like, well, you are. You're all
I'm
doing a
not
great
lying.
job. And one time I was teaching an adult class,
Yeah.
and I was being, really encouraging, like, oh my gosh, you're doing such a great job. And this woman in my adult class was like, I need to hire an elementary art teacher to follow me around in life.
Makes me feel so much
Really?
better.
Oh my gosh,
Oh my God, that's perfect. Wow, you're so creative.
You're so creative. That looks so good. Oh my gosh. And then, it just like pumps you up. Everyone should feel successful in art class.
Yep.
Unless they're, like breaking pencils on purpose and pouring like puddles of
Yeah, we
glue
don't-
on the
we don't need to be
floor and
doing
like
that.
trash in the room. Then we
Yeah.
gotta have a
You're gonna
conversation.
have to- yeah.
Okay, this is gonna take us all night.
Yeah, I don't know if we could finish this, but
Okay.
I could
Well,
totally get into this.
We are gonna finish these. We are gonna finish these. Just not
Not today.
right here at ACTV Studio.
Like maybe we'll reveal them
Next time.
later.
Yeah, because you get the point. So let me tell you about these one more time about these pencils. Zebra Zensations. Zensations. I bought them on Amazon, and they have the refill packs. And I'm going to try them out with the kids, I think.
And Zebra Sensations, if you're listening or watching right now,
They could sponsor Norris Elementary
if
School.
you'd like.
That's what I need. Norris Elementary School needs like a Crayola sponsorship.
I mean, if we promise to show their product on our millions of viewers watching right now.
We're like influencers.
Yeah, totally. It could work.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I told Norris Middle School kids today that I didn't have a cell phone in high school, and they were like, what?
That's the best.
I said,
How in the world did you know what time it was?
I said, I didn't get my first cell phone until after I graduated from college.
Same, girl.
And they were
think
like,
after I had my first child.
What? You what?
That's great.
I was like, well, Yeah, that was a different
And
time.
you know, my kids, I can't tell if they're really that gullible or
It's because they think
I don't know.
It's because they think I'm only 30 years old.
well, I mean, like when I tell them, like when I was little, you know, if we were talking about cell phones or time, you know, because I always get onto them about not ever, and I know you can't see this, there's an analog clock right there, but just not really caring about learning how to tell time
Tell
on
time.
that because
'Cause they can
there's
look
a
at the
digital
phone.
one everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I had to look at the sun and the shadows. And they're like, did you really?
Yes, a sundial.
Yeah, I had it in my backyard. And it was cloudy. We never knew when to go anywhere. It was terrible.
Just stay home.
Yep. Anyway, that's my story.
Lessons learned. We are not going to tie our shoelaces with a
Never.
open,
Never.
yeah,
Disaster.
pocket knife.
Yeah. don't
Sounds
do that.
awful. I bet that was super painful.
Okay, wait a minute. You think it was a knot that was trying to get out, maybe?
If you, the whole story is written out there.
Okay,
It's
I'll
like
have to look.
scripted out.
I'm
so we'll
very,
have to,
very interested.
yeah, let's run over there after this. Okay. Hey, thanks for coming to art class.
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun.
I'm glad you came. You want to come again?
I'd love to. Kate.
Okay. Yeah, of course. We can do more math stuff, or we could do lettering, hand lettering, or whatever we want.
I want lettering 100% if you can fit it in your schedule.
Okay, great.
And maybe some painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love painting, especially watercolor paint. It's
Yeah.
my favorite.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Sounds like.
All right, thanks for coming by.
Okay, bye.